welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the world of J.R.R. Tolkien, the mastermind behind Middle-earth. That's right, folks, the man who single-handedly created more elves than a Christmas decoration factory and more dwarves than a Disney casting call. This isn't just some hack writer, folks. This is the godfather of fantasy, the Shakespeare of hobbits, the Tolkien of, well, Tolkien. And now you might think you know him. Rings, hobbits, second breakfast. But trust me, folks, we're going deeper than Gandalf's beard in a honeypot. Get ready to have your minds blown wider than the minds of Moria, because today we're serving up 10 fascinating facts about J.R.R. Tolkien. You think learning Klingon is impressive? Tolkien could practically order a pizza in Elvish. This wasn't just some dabbling people, this was a full-blown linguistic obsession. Tolkien wasn't content with just writing stories. Oh no. He had to build entire worlds, complete with their own languages, histories and myths. He was like the world's most dedicated dungeon master, except his campaign lasted decades and captivated millions. And the languages, don't even get me started on the languages. Elvish, Dwarvish, even the languages of the orcs. He crafted them with the precision of a master watchmaker. I bet he could conjugate verbs in his sleep. He probably dreamed in Quenya. He once said, "The invention of languages is the foundation. The stories were made rather to provide a world for the languages than the reverse." See, the man was a linguistic rock star. Now, Tolkien wasn't just some ivory tower academic. Oh no, he served in World War I, folks, experienced the horrors of the trenches firsthand. Imagine that. Mud, blood, the constant fear of being blown to smithereens. It wasn't exactly a walk in the Shire, let me tell you. And you can bet that experience left a mark on him, seeped into his writing like trench foot. The themes of good versus evil, the importance of courage and sacrifice, the devastating effects of war, they're all there in his work, resonating with a depth that only someone who's seen the abyss can achieve. It's like they say, folks, great art comes from great suffering. And let me tell you, Tolkien's work is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable darkness. So picture this, Tolkien's grading papers by the Fire Kids are clamoring for a bedtime story. And boom, out pops The Hobbit. This wasn't some calculated career move, folks. This was pure, unadulterated storytelling magic. What started as a simple tale spun for his children became a literary phenomenon. It's like finding out your dad's embarrassing dad jokes are actually stand-up gold. The Hobbit wasn't just a children's book, it was a gateway drug to Middle-earth, a literary portal to a world of wonder and adventure. And let's be honest, who among us hasn't wanted to escape to a cozy hobbit hole with a pantry full of second breakfast? Chapter 4, The Inklings, a Fellowship of Literary Giants. Now, imagine this, Tolkien and C.S. Lewis, two literary titans throwing back pints and talking about mythology and language. That wasn't a scene from a fantasy novel, folks. It was their lives. They were part of a group called the Inklings, a bunch of Oxford dons who got together to drink, smoke and share their work. And let me tell you, their friendship was the stuff of legend. They challenged each other, inspired each other, probably even borrowed each other's pens. They were like the literary equivalent of the Avengers, except instead of saving the world from Thanos, they were saving English literature from mediocrity. Chapter 5, More Than Just Middle-earth Tolkien, the Oxford Professor. Now, before you picture Tolkien lecturing orcs on proper grammar, let's be clear, the man was a distinguished professor of Anglo-Saxon at Oxford. That's right, folks. He wasn't just fluent in Elvish, he was fluent in the language Beowulf spoke. He was a walking encyclopedia of language and literature, a scholar's scholar. But here's the thing. Tolkien didn't just teach literature. He lived it, he breathed it, he saw the magic in the mundane, the echoes of ancient myths in everyday life. He believed that stories had the power to transport us, to teach us, to help us make sense of the world around us. Chapter 6, The Lord of the Rings, one book to rule them all. Almost. Now, The Lord of the Rings, a trilogy so epic, so sprawling, so long that it had to be published in 3 volumes. That's right, folks, this wasn't just a book, it was a literary event. Imagine the publishers sweating bullets, wondering if anyone would read a fantasy novel longer than the dictionary. But they needn't have worried. The Lord of the Rings became a publishing sensation, captivating readers with its epic scope, its unforgettable characters, and its timeless themes. It's like they say, folks, good things come to those who wait for all 3 volumes to be released. Chapter 7, From Middle-earth to the World, Tolkien's global impact. Now listen up, folks, because this is huge. Tolkien's works have been translated into over 50 languages. That's right, from Elvish to Spanish, from Dwarvish to Japanese. People all over the world have been enchanted by the tales of Middle-earth. We're talking about a level of global domination that would make even the Dark Lord Sauron jealous. It's a testament to the universal power of Tolkien's storytelling, his ability to tap into something deep within the human psyche, something that transcends language and culture. His stories are a reminder that no matter where we come from, we all share a need for adventure, for meaning, for a little bit of magic in our lives. Now, Tolkien wasn't just some guy who pulled his ideas out of a hat. No, sir, he was a scholar of mythology, a connoisseur of ancient legends. He drew inspiration from Norse mythology, from Beowulf, from the Finnish epic Kalevala. He was like a literary DJ, remixing ancient stories for a modern audience. And just like a good DJ, he knew how to take something old and make it new again. He took the archetypes of heroes and villains, of quests and battles, and infused them with his own unique vision, creating a world that was both familiar and utterly original. He was like a literary alchemist, transforming base metals into gold. Now, after Tolkien shuffled off this mortal coil, his son Christopher took up the mantle, becoming the guardian of his father's legacy. He spent decades meticulously editing and publishing his father's unfinished works, giving us treasures like the Silmarillion and the history of Middle-earth. Talk about familial devotion, folks. Christopher was like a literary archaeologist, carefully excavating his father's notes and manuscripts, piecing together the fragments of his imagination. He was the keeper of the flame, ensuring that his father's legacy would continue to burn brightly for generations to come. Now, for those of you who thought The Lord of the Rings was the whole story, hold on to your hats, because the Silmarillion takes us back to the very beginning, to the creation of Middle-earth, to the time of gods and elves and epic battles that make the War of the Ring look like a schoolyard scuffle. It's like the Old Testament of Middle-earth, full of creation myths, tragic heroes, and tales of good versus evil that would make your head spin faster than a hobbit on a sugar rush. It's a dense, complex, and utterly fascinating work that deepens our understanding of Tolkien's world. It's like the missing piece of the puzzle, the Rosetta Stone that unlocks the secrets of Middle-earth. If you're a true Tolkien aficionado, then the Silmarillion is your Everest. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about J.R.R. Tolkien, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more fascinating content. Remember, folks, there's more to Tolkien than meets the eye, more layers than a hobbit's second breakfast. He wasn't just an author, he was a world builder, a myth maker, a linguistic superhero. So the next time you find yourself lost in the pages of The Lord of the Rings or debating the finer points of Elvish grammar, remember the man behind the magic, the one and only J.R.R. Tolkien. Go forth, my friends, and explore the wonders of Middle-earth. And always remember, adventure is out there. Just be sure to pack a second breakfast. You never know when you might need it. See you next time.